You were in a couple unfamiliar positions there. What exactly did you hit to pin him there?
It was kind of like a cradle, step over leg through a cement job. I don't know.
Okay.
You got Zane behind you making me laugh again.
And is that the kind of stuff, you guys say you play wrestle a lot and you roll around and you experiment with things. I mean, that's not a standard move. Is that the kind of thing that you guys teach each other and learn in the room?
Yeah, it's just play wrestling. I was warming up with Coach Cody, and I had I was like kind of choking him out a little bit. So like when I got into that position, I kind of had a chokehold on that guy as well, and just like I don't know. I think he was about to pass out maybe, but it's just a cement job. I don't know.
Okay, so for something that's that unconventional, what gives you the confidence that you can hit it in competition?
I just kind of do what I want because I feel like I'm just gonna win and get the pin. So, so I just kind of do whatever I want and have fun with it.
And if you give up points, you just figure you're going to score more?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think he got 12 pins now. I was talking to Zane before. You guys in the NCAA Most Dominant Wrestling standings, you guys 1, 2, 3. And I'll ask you the same thing. Is that something you pay attention to a little bit? Does that motivate you? Do you find your competition in the room against each other?
You kind of look at it that way a little bit and kind of not, because, I mean, you don't want to, when you start thinking about, like, exterior motives like that, then I feel like you don't compete to your best ability, because then you're just focused more on just, like, the winning and stuff like that. But when you're focused on giving your best effort and wrestling the best you can with what you're given, that's when you start jumping levels. And so try to focus on just more me and wrestling the best I can. That's,
of course, the message here at Penn State. Was that something you had before Penn State, that attitude, or was that something you really developed more once you got to the Nittany Lions?
I'm continuously developing. Like as I'm getting more mature, obviously as I grow older. But I've always had a mindset that just go out there, and I think right after I lost my sophomore year in high school, I think I started making huge jumps and just focusing on getting better and wrestling the best I can. Because when you leave it up to a takedown at the end of the match, it's a lot harder to win instead of just going all out and wrestling hard for 7 minutes. And it's really hard to keep that pace for other people, because I train that way every match, and other people kind of just wait around and wait for a shot. So like if I stay focused on getting to his legs and just scoring, it's a lot easier to win the match.
If I was a middle school kid and I wanted to be as good as you, I look at your training, it's such a high pace. When you look back on the way you've trained over the years, what is the one aspect that you think has paid the highest dividends that you would give advice to on a young kid?
Just wanting it. A lot of people want to win and stuff, but they're not willing to make the sacrifices. So in high school, I was going to a couple practices a day, and I was just like staying focused on my commitments. Bo actually quoted a guy named John Gordon, and he said, instead of focusing on your actual goal, you focus on commitments each day. And if you get those commitments done, then that will ultimately work towards your final goal. So just focusing on commitments and staying disciplined with your training, and obviously not going out and partying and everything. I never drank alcohol in my life. I never did anything like that. So I think that it gives me a mental edge against my opponents, and again, just pumps me up and just gets me motivated. So
I want to go back to last year. I haven't seen you since New York City. Thoughts on that finals match with Isaiah Martinez and how that's motivated and fueled you? What was the value in that loss that should help you down the road?
Well, I don't like to lose, obviously. I hate it, but it's ultimately a learning experience. I rested my hand up for a second, he took me down, and I wrestled as hard as I could. I just came up a little short, but that's not going to happen again. So,
what was most painful about that loss?
That's what I wanted so bad, and I think I was focusing too much on winning, kind of like I said earlier, instead of just, I mean, I still focused on wrestling the best I could, and I believe that I did that, but I was just so excited for the national tournament to come up, and I was ready to win. I was ready to be a 4-time national champ, and so it was very heartbreaking when I didn't get that goal, but now I'm going to be a 3-time national champ. So
Are you disappointed that he moved up?
No, I don't really care who I wrestle. He can do what he wants. It's just, I don't really care. Yeah, it's just whatever.
Good luck the rest of the way. It's always fun watching you, Jason. Nice job tonight.
Thanks.